and talk about when cooking rice. There's all different types of ways that you can cook rice. What I'm going to show you today is how to cook it in the microwave. Usually when I cook rice, I have, my 4 burners going on my stove, and I just never really have time to cook rice unless I was making a big batch, and then I would dedicate one of those bigger pans to it. But today, there's only 2 of us in the house, and I don't feel like, setting up a pan and boiling off my rice. So I bought this nice little, and it's actually called a rice cooker that you put in the microwave. I got it on Amazon for $10, and it actually makes up to 8 cups of rice. So when you open the lid, there's your little measuring cup that they give you, is this basket right here. And you can kind of see the basket is perforated. So it allows you to rinse your rice and drain it, and then actually add your water. So a lot of misconception when cooking rice is everybody thinks rice is, standard ratio 1 to 1. But it really depends on the grain of rice that you're cooking, for how much water that you put in and how long you cook it. Today, like I said, I have some jasmine rice. The jasmine rice is 1 cup rice to only 1.5 cups water. So it's not that 1 to 2 ratio. So what we're going to do is, there's only 2 of us. I'm only going to make 1 cup of rice, because remember, it expands double its size. So it'll actually make 2 cups for only 1 cup of actually raw rice. And then we're going to stick it in the microwave for 5 minutes on high, 10 minutes on 50% power level, and then another 3 minutes after that, and then you let it sit for 5 minutes. And I guarantee you, once you lift the lid, now everything, once you put the rice in, we'll show you, but once you put the rice in, you put your water in, you actually attach the spoon right back to it, and it clicks in, and it holds your cover. It does have vents on the top here, so that your rice breathes a little bit, but not over the point where it's going to boil over. So we're going to start off with our rice. So we got our 1 cup of rice. Okay. And I'm actually going to take it out of the bucket, bring it over to my faucet, and I'm going to rinse it. And as you're rinsing it, take it between your fingers as you're rinsing it and just rub it around. This will help take all that starchiness off your rice. So once you rinse it about 3 or 4 times, go ahead and let it drain, and then stick it back in your pot. Okay, so I rinsed my rice here. You can kind of see as I pick it up, some of them almost look translucent. And that's because we rinsed off a lot of the starch that really gets on the capsules of the outside of the grain. So 1.5 cups of water now goes in. And I always have to make sure to use fresh spring water, because we can't drink our tap water here. They say you can cook with it, but I prefer putting nice fresh spring water. So we're going to close it. Just like that. Attach the spoon, and there's nothing else to do. Now you're basically going to put it in the microwave for 5 minutes on high power. Once the microwave goes off, go ahead and reduce your power level to 50%, and then cook it for 10 minutes. After that, I will do a demo just to kind of show you what's left for any type of liquid or moisture. And that's when you would go ahead and put it on for a few more minutes after that. But we'll go ahead and we'll show what it looks like after. So in the microwave it goes. Alright, so the rice has been cooking for a total of 15 minutes. 5 minutes on high, 10 minutes on 50%. So we're going to go ahead and take the cap off. And I'll face it so you can kind of see. So you can see that by moving the rice around, there's no water at the bottom, and you also want to make sure you taste a couple pieces. I would say it doesn't need to go on for the additional 3 minutes because I'm usually cooking more rice than this. But I am going to go ahead and let it cover and sit in steam for about 2 minutes before I start working with it. This will allow any excess moisture to fully get absorbed, and then we'll be ready to go. We are not eating this rice just as regular white rice. We're going to be making fried rice with it after. So if you want, stay tuned and click on the next recipe for homemade fried rice.